exciting! I got another printer. Now you may be asking yourself, but Belle, didn't you just get a printer like a month or two ago? And the answer is yes, I did get a printer a month or two ago, but this printer is different. Not because it's a different brand, it's also a Canon printer because I just love Canon products, but because this is a high volume printer. It's an ink tank printer, which means that instead of traditional ink cartridges that most inkjet printers would have, it has these ink tubes that you turn upside down, pour them into the ink tank that's in the printer, and then it can print exponentially more pages. Now, the trade-off for this is that I've heard that the quality can't be as good, which is actually why I bought the printer that I ended up buying a couple months ago, because I knew that these existed when I was researching printers. I didn't know that Canon made their own version of this though, which kind of changed my mind because I do trust Canon printers. Their quality is usually really good. The ink is very expensive though, and I use genuine Canon ink. I know a lot of people say it's better to use the budget ink, but for me personally, it's not worth potentially having the ink smear on the pages, which would be a waste of paper and also wouldn't be good for your customers, and it's just not as high quality, you know, so. But with this, you can print literally thousands of pages, thousands, theoretically, on one set of ink bottles, and it does come with ink bottles as well. And honestly, the refill bottles are really not that expensive anyway. They run for like, I think like $12 to $14 for like genuine Canon ones, which that's pretty standard for a color cartridge if you're buying the individual color cartridges. So I'm very excited to try this out. And the reason that I really wanted to try out this type of printer instead of a traditional inkjet cartridge printer is because I've been looking into making memo pads and other types of stationery. I have one design ready that I really like, and I have a couple more that are kind of in the works and I need to figure it out. But you know, using a traditional inkjet printer, it uses so much ink just to do one, and doing like a pack of a memo pad or like a weekly tear-off planner that had 50 on there, it just wouldn't make any sense, which is where this thing comes in. So we will test it out and we will see if the quality is good enough for stationery, and maybe it'll be better or good enough for, you know, prints too. I kind of doubt it, but like, you can give it a try, and we can use it for packaging as well. So cool. Think like backing cards and thank you cards for the seasons, and you know, little wraparound things that like go around stuff, like a band, a little wraparound paper band with something printed on it. So many possibilities. Now, on the box and also on the website and like everywhere, Canon claims you can print out, I believe it's between 6,000 to 7,000 color or black pages. I don't know if I believe it can actually do 6,000 color or black pages in one set of ink bottles, but I do believe it'll probably be able to do at least half of that. And that is just so much better than what you would get with a normal inkjet printer. Because if you've ever used a normal inkjet printer, you know those cartridges go ridiculously fast. It's wild how fast the cartridges are empty. You'll buy them and then like 2 months later you're like, my cyan is low, or oh, the color is already all empty or half used. And like, if you're selling stuff, it's just so expensive. So yeah, let's get into it. Try it out. I'm really, really excited. Even though I'm tired, I'm really excited.
Chasing one another, getting lost in another summer. Never wanted it to end. Now I'm losing all my friends. I'm reminded of the pain when I'm on the interstate, me and the moon, and we think of you. Remember when we sat out in the football field, watched the sunset and succumb to all our favorite feels. somehow I was sad, 'cause I knew that it would end. And I'll go home all alone, but I'd be watched and I'd be warm. Couldn't go to bed, 'cause you were in my head. And then there were two, me and the moon. We're chasing one another, getting lost in another summer. Never wanted it to end. Now I'm losing all my friends. I'm reminded of the pain when I'm on the interstate, me and the moon. And we think of you. Watch me as I fall into the sky. I'm feeling tears, but I didn't wanna cry. Even the bright stars burn out someday. Don't even try, you're just like a butterfly. Your eyes will always catch my eye. And you're perfect, and then you're gone. We're chasing one another, getting lost in another summer. Never wanted it to end. Now I'm losing all my friends. I'm reminded of the pain when I'm on the interstate, me and the moon. And we think of you when you're not here. I disappear, and the sun is so deceiving, and I'm so used to you leaving in the night. But it'll be alright, it'll be alright.
Beside you the other day. Little birdie song felt the same. But here I am walking away. Everything goes back to its place. Even all the long nights turn into days. Right where I left it. Nothing.
So we have unboxed, set up, and print tested. And here are the results for this new ink tank printer. As expected, the ink tank printer does perform significantly better than the inkjet printer on plain matte photo prints. So, if you are going to get a printer specifically for making art prints, I would still highly recommend that you get some type of regular inkjet printer for art prints, because no matter what I did, no matter how much I adjusted the colors or changed things in Photoshop, the inkjet printer consistently printed better than the ink tank printer on matte photo paper. And this was on more than one type of matte photo paper as well. Now, the surprising part that I was not expecting was that the ink tank printer and the inkjet printer performed almost exactly the same on glossy photo paper. So, if you're gonna be doing a lot of die cut, like glossy stickers for like like big glossy stickers or just any type of glossy stickers, you probably could get away with just a plain ink tank printer and you wouldn't actually need an inkjet printer. It's only when you get into photo prints and you're using matte paper that you're gonna need that regular inkjet printer. All that said though, the ink tank printer did work pretty well. So if you're making stationery or anything that you're gonna be needing to print like hundreds and hundreds of pages out on a very consistent basis, I'd say get an ink tank printer. If you're gonna be printing stationery and it's gonna be something that someone's gonna write on maybe a couple times and then just throw it away, I'd say an ink tank printer would work really well for that, because I don't think that there's the same pressure for it to be like absolutely perfect there would be with an art print that someone's gonna like hang on their wall potentially indefinitely. So I think it's okay to sacrifice a very small amount of quality for something that is consumable and someone's gonna just throw away when they're done with it. And I don't say that lightly, as in like it's okay if your notepad paper is bad, because the prints that came from the ink tank printer are not bad. They're actually good prints. It's just when you literally hold them side by side with the inkjet printer that you can tell the difference. And I could tell that they weren't as good right away because I've printed out so many things using regular inkjet printers. So I had like a baseline expectation. But you know, for making notepads or like stationery sets or, you know, something that somebody's gonna write on, I think that the ink tank is actually just fine for that. So definitely recommend them for those types of purposes. And with that, I think I am going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good week, and I will see you next time in the next one. Bye! Bye, bye, bye.
We're chasing one another, getting lost in another summer. Never wanted it to end. Now I'm losing all my friends. I'm reminded of the pain when I'm on the interstate.